If you're an insurance agent and are interested in getting those potentially huge lifetime renewals that Medicare Advantage agents make, you're probably trying to figure out how to do it and where to start. One of the questions that I get like on a regular basis is, what is better? Or what should I start selling first? Medicare insurance like Medicare Advantage or Medicare supplements, or should I just go with final expense sales right from the start? This is super important, guys, and you may be surprised about my answer until I give you the full explanation, so stick around. And yes, this is the perfect time to give this video a thumbs up, and we suggest that you subscribe if you're new. We're putting out new insurance sales content and final expense sales training videos like all the time. And guys, if you're considering doing remote final expense telesales, just stick around until the end of the video and I'm going to show you how to get our free telesales new agent kit, which this thing is pretty cool. It's got like a bunch of sales materials that you're definitely going to want to use for selling final expense remotely from the comfort of your own home. So with all that behind us, let's get into it. The answer to the big question is this: you definitely want to sell final expense insurance remotely to start with, and then gradually start selling Medicare Advantage and Medicare supplements. There are a few reasons why I recommend this. Reason number one, CMS, the Center for Medicare Services, basically what they are is they are the Medicare rules maker, have made it very difficult to sell Medicare Advantage compliantly this year. In other words, the rules just got really strict, like to the point to where they have made it almost impossible. Yeah, I did say that. It's almost impossible to sell Medicare Advantage through a leads program that actually follows the rules at the same time. Right now, over 90% of the Medicare Advantage sales that are being made are coming from illegal and non-compliant leads. The agencies and FMOs aren't even telling the agents not to use these illegal leads because, the FMOs, the agencies, can't afford to lose all that business. Just imagine what could happen if the wrong agent comes into your client's house behind you and realizes that the client you enrolled was only enrolled because they filled out a non-compliant lead form. The carrier could literally terminate you due to cause, which means they could take the clients that you wrote, that you sold from you, along with all your renewals. So if you want to use a compliant lead source to sell Medicare Advantage, the cost per lead will be so high that really the only way to justify doing this is if you have another source of income and are financially able to invest into a business where you won't see a profit for potentially years. This is why I suggest selling final expense remotely first. You build a book of business, and then you can compliantly contact that existing client and offer your Medicare insurance services to them. What you may not realize is that there are a lot of things you can't say to someone who fills out a Medicare Advantage lead. However, you can say basically anything you want to your existing client, like, "Hey Janet, this is Doug Massey, your final expense agent. I just wanted to let you know that there are some new Medicare Advantage plans that are available in your area. And if you'd like, no pressure, I can show you a side-by-side comparison of your existing plan to the new plans, and well, we can go from there." You cannot say that to someone who filled out a lead card or a Facebook form, or who your telemarketer maybe cold called. If you get caught, you're gonna get fined and investigated, and could lose your license and all your renewals from the insurance carriers. Here's something else that I'm going to suggest you think about. Did you know that according to the Center for Medicare Services, you are not allowed to ask for referrals? That's right, guys, and I'm talking, it doesn't even matter if they're your friends, your family, or your existing clients. Now, hold on a second. I'm not saying that they can't refer you to their friends, because yes, they can. You just can't solicit referrals. Another reason that I suggest selling final expense first is all about the money. You see, when you sell a Medicare Advantage plan, there really isn't a lot of money up front to be made. So let's say you meet with a prospect in, July, like halfway through the year. This client has an existing MAPD plan, and you found one that may be better suited for that client. You make the plan switch. Your upfront commission is only going to be around $150. Yeah, that's right. Now, let's do a little bit of math. If you're doing a 1,000-piece mail drop each week, you're paying about $450. The national average return on a 1,000-piece mail drop is only about 0.7%. Not even 1%. That means you just got back like 7 leads. If you sell half of those leads, which you won't, trust me, it ain't happening, but let's just say you're special and you convince 3.5 Medicare Advantage recipients to switch over to a plan that you sell, again, because you're amazing and your closing rate is like insane. Your upfront monies is going to be around $525 off of that $450 investment. Can you live off that? Which leads us down that road to life insurance sales and mainly final expense. Due to these companies that are selling their lead funnels and calendar appointment systems, like anybody with, it's going to cost a little money. It might cost like $5,000 to over $10,000, can have someone put one of these things on your computer and actually teach you how to use it. You've probably seen like a bunch of ads because these guys are advertising like crazy on both Facebook and YouTube. We run a system like this for our agents, so our agents can literally have like 150 to 200 appointments per week of people that are expecting a quote for affordable burial insurance. And guys, the best part is that the agents don't have to pay like thousands and thousands of dollars for this. And not only that, but the agents don't need to worry about running the lead system and, running the funnel system themselves. We manage and run the entire thing for each and every single one of our agents. And look, guys, in all transparency, we're not the only ones doing this. We're just the only ones doing this for independent insurance agents. The return on investment doing telesales with these type of high intent leads can be huge. And if you already know how to sell final expense, you should see an immediate profit margin. Field agents who get on a tele platform like ours are like totally crushing it. Depending on the system that you use, your work ethic, and of course your sales skill level, you could literally start out making thousands of dollars per week, like right from day one. We've had agents sell 10 to, believe it or not, over $15,000 of premium on their very first week. And we're talking agents who know final expense but are new to selling insurance over the phone. At the end of the day, for me, it makes total sense to build your book of business with final expense sales for maybe the first few years or so, and slowly make that gradual switch over to cross-selling your existing final expense clients the Medicare insurance, like, Medicare Advantage plans and MedSups. This is exactly what I would do if I were a newly licensed insurance agent, because you've got cash coming in like immediately from the final expense sales, and then you build up a large long-term renewal money with the Medicare Advantage and Medicare supplement sales, which, if you do right, can potentially mean hundreds of thousands of dollars in lifetime cash renewal monies, like all the way through retirement. Bam! For those of you who would like free final expense telesales training, just click on the link above, and this thing's going to take you to our 3-part telesales training series that's going to cover like everything you need to sell final expense remotely and successfully. If you'd like a copy of that free telesales new agent kit that I mentioned earlier in the video, just email me at doug@ufesonline.com. For those of you who are curious about our top producer final expense remote telesales platform, just shoot me an email at that same address. Remember, when you put the needs of your clients first, everything else will usually fall right into place. Now get out there or get on that headset, smile and dial, and do something really good for someone today. Happy hunting.